Why are shoes without arch support bad, if we don't have arch support barefoot? We aren't evolved to walk on flat surfaces like concrete all day every day. Grass, dirt, rocks all have curves that our arches would naturally fit on than a flat surface. Least useful shoes ever. A pair of Chucks look cool. No cooler looking shoes in existence. They are absolutely trash for going anywhere that requires more than 18 feet of walking. I go barefoot all the time, on flat surfaces. On my balls. There was research I saw a while back that looked at incidence of flat-footedness in different populations, and what they found was interesting. In cultures where barefootedness is more common, the incidence is lower. Additionally, in areas where people tend to walk outside in natural environments, the same holds true. The conclusion was that walking barefoot in natural environments trains the muscles of the foot arch, keeping them strong and healthy, maintaining your arch more effectively. In cultures where folks wear shoes all the time and walk mostly on ungiving surfaces like tile and concrete, flat-footedness is a lot more common. The muscles aren't being properly trained, and your foot is forced into a flatter form, causing flat-footedness. About 15 years ago, I started having intense foot pain wearing athletic shoes and sandals with contoured soles and heel lift and arch support. I transitioned to minimalist barefoot shoes with no heel lift and no arch support, and my foot pain has gone away. 1 million years of evolution designed a foot for barefoot operation. Ida, Zoro shoes and Viva Barefoot are the brands that I wear and that have alleviated my foot pain. I know a foot surgeon, and she thinks that you should never walk around without support, because over time eventually you will develop issues due to the perfectly flat walking surfaces we surround ourselves with. I haven't worn shoes with arch support in almost a decade. Before the advent of good footwear, humans tended to walk on the balls of their feet, not flat-footed. https://historiethings.com Humans walk differently. 1500 research shows. historiethings.com Humans walk differently. 1500 research shows. Vans and Converse are bad for your feet because they are basically rubber bands and canvas. They have no support anywhere and the quality is shit. It's not just about the lack of arch support. They are also marketed as skate shoes, but skate in them a couple times, they are trashed and falling apart. Source: I used to work in a bunch of shops that sold both brands of footwear. They are not. If you don't have arch support, your feet become stronger, and after a while having no arch support feels natural. My friend did a pretty neat video about this. https://youtube.b for 3sbc3ise equals 14 adder cjzqfdz. The other thing that's relevant is that people who walk barefoot in natural environments don't necessarily walk heel striking first the way people who wear shoes with rigid or at least firm soles do. They walk with the toe ball of the foot hitting first. This is distinct from people who do this as adults for reasons of a neurological or other medical condition. They are not bad. Actually, using arch support is probably worse in the long run, because it's preventing you from developing the muscles of the arch. The problem is that a lot of people grow up and live their entire lives with arch support, so they never develop their arch supporting muscles. Then they hurt when they don't have arch support. There's a small, but vocal community which I belong to that believes that you're meant to be barefoot and that wearing shoes with arch support since you started walking has caused the muscles in your feet to atrophy, so that you can no longer function without arch support. I wear shoes that are essentially a 5 mm piece of flat rubber and a 2 mm piece of flat foam when I'm not barefoot. At this point, arch support hurts my feet because it's not supposed to be there. I have no particular interest in arguing about it. If you like supportive shoes, then you do you. But this has worked for me for the past 5 years, and at this point nobody will convince me otherwise. Walking barefooted is the best, and there's no reason why we need arch supports. People need arch supports because their feet are dependent upon shoes. Arch support is like slumping in your chair, more comfortable in the moment, but in the long run weakens muscles and causes future pain when you need to use those weak muscles. The issue is that so many people practically live in shoes that they never strengthen those muscles in the first place, which limits potential strength. Add in that a lot of people are overweight, which puts even more strain on those muscles. Spend as little time in shoes as possible, especially times walking around. Get shoes with both a wide toe box and no support, often marketed as barefoot shoes, to allow this strengthening to continue. Converse and Vans notably lack the wide toe box that allows your toes to properly spread out to distribute weight appropriately. I wear a zero-drop shoe with no arch support for my 12-hour hospital shifts and have no issues with foot soreness because I have strong feet from a literal lifetime of training. I can't wear shoes with arches. Always feels like there's a marble in my shoe. Because we still need some form of support. So we get it, you're young. You should take care of your feet. You're going to be on them all day if you have most jobs, kids, or a life. People walk differently barefoot than when wearing walking shoes. Honestly though, Vans are so comfy to me. Atwood being my favorite model. Shucks, not so much. But my Adidas Run Falcons are super comfy. My lame ass calls them my Falcon Kicks. I also love the Captor model. It's because they don't provide the flexibility necessary to move your foot as you do when you're barefoot. They change the natural gait of your body, and because of the hindrance of movement, can over time hurt your feet and the rest of your body. It's a cascading effect.